Indigenous art and culture in a textile? Yes, that's possible, and those can be found in an ethnographic exhibit at the Ayala Museum. The textile collections featured in the ongoing exhibit are donated by philanthropist Mercedes Zobel and are also detailed in a book. One of its authors, Amihan Roldan Lim, is with us to tell us more about this publication. Good morning, Amihan, and welcome to Daybreak.
Morning, thank you for having me.
Let's start first with the lady who donated her 111 indigenous textile collection, Mercedes Zobel. Tell us more about her and her collection.
Well, Miss Mercedes Zobel acquired this collection but through her friend Ricky Bailosis. This is about 3 years ago, and then when she saw it, she recognized the value of the textile collection because it's a very interesting collection, which basically it's not completely comprehensive of the Philippine textiles, but it spans enough from northern Luzon, the Cordilleras, and all the way down south to the Sulu archipelago. So she recognized its value and decided that it would be good to donate, to Ayala Museum. And so after she donated it, they worked on possible ways to exhibit it, and the book and the current exhibition is the fruit of that.
So it's a centerpiece in the Ayala Museum now in its ongoing exhibit, and it has been translated, or we find it in this book as well, in The Art and the Order of Nature, the Mercedes Zobel collection of indigenous Philippine textiles. And I understand that there was a collaboration also with His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. As a matter of fact, he has his foreword here.
Yes, he
Tell
does.
us more about this collaboration.
That's one of the things that, since what they wanted was how to present the textile, they were able to, a collaboration with the Princess School of Traditional Arts in London and Ayala Museum was formed. The Princess School of Traditional Arts, they have a very interesting and a very important framework, which they're very informed in the language of traditional arts.
I see. So what did they find?
What they did was in the 111 collections, 14 pieces were analyzed, and the alumni of the Princess School of Traditional Arts applied what they know about the language of traditional arts in terms of geometry and biomorphic forms, and they did progression drawings, if I can show you.
All right. Progression drawings.
Yes, progression drawings, like applying the, like for example here.
Yes. Okay, we'll show it to
the
audience.
Progression drawings.
Progression drawings.
Like for example here, the textile that was analyzed was this loincloth of Bontoc or Kankanay origin.
Yes.
And having part of the research was to figure out the symbolism and the meanings of these patterns and giving that to the artists, and they produce like a representation of these patterns in graphic form rather than the woven form. Because sometimes, if you think about it, when you look at textiles, you see the
just
pattern.
the colors and the patterns, and you'd think it was just because they like the color and they like the pattern. But they found out that there's a pattern?
The pattern
nature?
represents things, from nature. Like for example, this is one of ones that would show it. This pattern is basically a river and mountain motif.
I see.
Yeah, or the Kinarkarayan. And then so what the artist did here, or what the alumni of the Princess School did here is the bottom part, the triangles are actually the mountain, and this zigzag is the river. So
I see.
That presents it, and then to be able to make this, they apply the concepts of geometry, which is based on the order of nature.
So they found out that it's an order of nature, and did I understand it that this particular pattern, you actually see it in most and different types of art forms, and it tells you about the historically. It's a pattern that you find. I understand in different drawings from different groups.
Yes, well, because it's weaving. A lot of the patterns are based on what a fourfold.
I see.
Pattern, which is this one.
I see.
But we also have the six-fold pattern as well.
So it's a pattern that you find in the different tribes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, not exact. Well, yeah.
But something like that. There's some order into it.
Yeah.
I see. So that's what they interpreted these textiles, and all their interpretations are found in this book.
Yes, all of the progression drawings and their analysis is found in the book. There's 14 or 16 all in all.
14 analysis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least it's a different way of
seeing
viewing these
yes,
textiles.
yes, which is one of the main
Yes.
purposes of the collaboration. And
Are these, I'm just curious, like, these particular textiles, are the designs still what they use up to now?
majority of them, yes. But then, of course, because times change, maybe meanings change a little. In the book, we have a bit of some of the historic meanings
Yes.
based on prior research, and then some of what it maybe means now. Yeah.
Amihan, what do you think is the importance of visual arts in telling history?
Well, visual arts are very important in telling history. We know with paintings, artists will usually paint what they know, what they see, in terms of at the time they're living. But in terms of textiles, it's a little bit more interesting because it shows more of a traditional mindset. It's not exactly, they're not showing you who came to their area, but they're showing you their environment, what they know. Like in a lot of these textiles, you have flower motifs, sumping, and then you have the crocodile motifs of the bagobo, the blahan, and the mandaya.
And then the what do you call that? I also saw here something like supernatural and nature, or something like that. You find that theme a lot also
the
in
sacred
their
and the
textiles.
profane, yes. Yeah, like the crocodile is often used for protection or stuff like that. Yeah.
Quite interesting, quite interesting. Now, where can they get a copy of a book? Those who are interested to get a copy of this coffee table book.
Yeah. As of now, it is available, well, starting tomorrow. It's going to be available at the Ayala Museum shop, at their bookshop. We're trying to explore bringing it to the other bookshops. Bookshops. But right now, they can get it there.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Amihan.
Thank you.
And I do hope that we will discover more about our previous artworks here in the Philippines.
Yes. Hopefully.
Thank you so much. Again, we've just spoken with Amihan Roldan Lim. She's a co-author of The Art and the Order of Nature, the Mercedes Zobel collection of indigenous textile arts in the Philippines book.